Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Well, hello, Chakabatis. Thank you for joining me. Moi, Nigel Cecil, responding to comments sent in from my equitable, fair-minded friends. And to all my viewers, thank you for joining me, because this particular video was supposed to be about artificial intelligence. But Hillary, yes, you've told me, that has to remain for the next one, doesn't it? Because we've been overtaken by events, because my fair-minded friends have been in touch. And Hillary, you would like me to mention a few names, would you? Yes, well, indeed. Paul, Sam, Louise, Bethany and Jake. Well, they've sent in emails about this particular topic that, as I've said, has overtaken events. And it's this headline: the Screen Actors Guild strike. Hollywood actors have gone on strike asking for better pay and conditions, and also looking at the impact of artificial intelligence. Here's the headline: SAG strike. Hollywood actors walk out over pay and AI worries. Thousands of Hollywood actors have joined writers in taking industrial action. The Screen Actors Guild, SAG, also wants to protect actors from being replaced by artificial intelligence. The American unions involved have global impact on the entertainment industry. They are the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, and AFTRA, the Association of Film, Television and Radio Artists, joining along who were already on strike, WGA, the Writers Guild of America. And this publicity they've had globally is what's drawn the attention of my fair-minded, equitable friends. And they've raised some comments and asked me to say what I think. And I'm happy to say what I think. You know, a legend in my own lunchtime, Hillary. So hopefully this little bit of info entertainment will be helpful. But you can get more information, in a way, from Equity's website. Indeed, there's a toolkit about artificial intelligence and also a statement about the current strike. Have a look at Equity's website. My fair-minded, equitable friends have made it absolutely clear to me that they support the strike 100%. But having seen those global headlines, they said, Nigel, may we make a few observations for you to put out in the global world and ask for comments? What do you think about the headlines? And also, how would you progress the strike? What do you hope that the outcomes will be? And then we'll feature them in a future video, shall we, Hillary? Yes, especially, of course, because of the headline, the slogan that we supported from the Screen Actors Guild, acting together for a better future. Acting together for a better future. Now that appeals to moi, because as an entertainment entrepreneur, I always prefer negotiation before confrontation. And of course, one hopes that this strike is going to work out to the benefit equally of all performers, all professional entertainers everywhere. And it is difficult times. But my fair-minded friends have raised the issue and said, Nigel, and given what they've said, Hillary, well, I've changed the slogan to this one: acting together equally for all. Because sometimes when you see the headlines, like we've just seen, well, it might convey a message that doesn't give the full picture. Whilst it's to acclaim of everyone, all the celebrities, for generating those headlines about the current unacceptable working conditions, well, he could convey the wrong idea, because you see, not everyone is able to generate that attention and also show that emotion, the acting emotion that comes from the heart, crying in front of the cameras. And some might say, well, of course, those celebrities, those A-listers, are going to return to their mansions. And how does that actually impact on the jobbing actor? Because that's really what a lot of it's all about. Those at the lower end of the ladder who actually find it, well, they have to survive. They have to survive. And this particular strike involves two distinct issues. One is artificial intelligence and the exponential growth of that and how it impacts professional entertainers, performers worldwide. And we'll do that in the next video, don't we, Hilary? And also those who are looking for important improvements to help them survive, the jobbing actor. And because those two issues are somewhat different, there is a concern that, well, people may say, well, a deal's been struck. But have those at the bottom of the ladder obtained equal benefits from any settlement? And it's sometimes, well, that gets lost. I'll tell you for why. Because, you see, when we mentioned Ronald Reagan and the strike then, well, actors at the bottom of the ladder were struggling then. And whilst we've now got mega corporations and entities and fees have gone up and people are becoming mega rich, those at the bottom of the ladder are still struggling to survive. So it's not really changed for them. The money at the top doesn't seem to have trickled down to those at the bottom. And you know, indeed, some 90% of the entertainment business, or maybe even more, never get to that 1% and less at the top who are earning fortunes. So it's all about equal, equitable distribution. And indeed, in this respect, the Oppenheimer director, Christopher Nolan, has done a wonderful statement that sums everything up. Have a look at his statement. Christopher Nolan says, "This is not about me. This is not about the stars of my film. This is about jobbing actors. This is about staff writers on television programs, all trying to raise a family, trying to keep food on the table." Oppenheimer director Christopher Nolan almost forensically focusing on what concerns the majority of actors the most: how to survive in the biz. And the concern is, of course, if you're having a strike against the mega corporations, producers and distributors, well, will that impact on those at the lower end of the ladder? Because you see, all those mega people producing the films and everything and programs, well, after COVID-19, they're already saying, well, we're short of big bucks. They've still got big bucks, but we're short of big bucks. So will they be looking, if they lose money now, to actually claw it back some way in the future? So a settlement might look overarchingly good, but by the time it filters down to those at the bottom, it's not as good. Why? Well, of course, they'll spend money at the top end to have all the icing on the cake looking good, but at the bottom end, the rates might have gone up, but the job opportunities may have decreased, especially as some of those jobs for the peripherals might now be replaced by artificial intelligence. And that's why when one considers the overall impact of any settlement, and I hope one's reached soon, Hilary, please don't forget acting together equally for all. Now, that's issue 1. Issue 2, yes, my equitable friends have raised this one about equity and possible political opportunism. A good joint statement there from Equity, supporting their colleagues fraternally and comradely in America, the other side of the big pond. But my fair-minded friend said, Nigel, did you spot it? That reference, because of existing anti-trade union laws in the UK. That's sort of like joining together a political agenda with a strike. Now, is that in the best interest? Because, well, we all know, well, many of us know, don't we, Hillary, that equity seems now to have become focused on almost a party political agenda, a socialist agenda that wants to use every opportunity to change the world, to use arts and the culture in order to promote that socialist mantra. Now, of course, you will say, that's fine. That's what the members have voted for. But will it help in this situation to conflate the two issues? And indeed, if you look at the full statement, well, I can see, in fact, why my fair-minded friends, my equitable friends, might be a little concerned about joining the issues relating to this very important strike, artificial intelligence and the working conditions of members in the UK, with what is really a party political issue. Have a look at the full statement published by Equity on their website. The closing part of the statement says, Equity is fighting alongside the rest of the trade union movement in the United Kingdom to reform our illiberal industrial relations framework in Parliament, in the courts and on the streets. Now, is it right to combine that issue with the issue of the strike that's currently originated by the Screen Actors Guild, the Association of Film, Television and Radio Artists, and the Writers Guild of America? Because that focuses on artificial intelligence and the work, fees and conditions of artists, jobbing actors. And if we drift and sort of widen the scope of what the strike is trying to achieve, will that unite all the membership? Because, you see, my fair-minded friends would be at the forefront, eager to lead a strike, a demonstration. But would they be as keen if they thought that that demonstration was going to include posters saying, "Down with the Tory government"? I suspect not. So please, may we just focus on what the strike is all about? And then, you know, we can even have a little bit of fun on the protest, because, you see, many a battle is won by all having fun together. In this particular respect, there's a member of the Writers Guild of America called Nigel Cecil, who's got a wonderful Twitter feed and a blog. I mean, have a look at what Michael's been saying. Social media post from Nigel Cecil, a member of the Writers Guild of America. And looking at the internet, one may easily see how if we may all focus on the core issues involved in this strike, then we really can be united together, acting together equally for all. So please, may we achieve that, acting together equally for all, and join me for the next video, which is focusing on artificial intelligence. Yes, and it's still me.